I call this meeting to order at 9:02. If you can please rise and join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. City Clerk, can we have a roll call, please?
Yes. Mayor Lopez,
Present?
Mayor Pro Tem Larios,
Present.
Councilmember Davis,
Yes.
Councilmember Ibarra.
Here.
You have a quorum. Councilmember Merlot is absent.
City Clerk, do we have any changes to the agenda?
Yes, staff would request deferring item number 17, tabling it and removing it from the agenda.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll move.
I do second.
Motion by Mayor Pro Tem Lario, seconded by Councilmember Ibarra to approve the agenda with item number 17 tabled. Mayor Lopez,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Larios,
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Councilmember Ibarra.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Now we will take public comments from members of the audience. If you would like to provide a comment, please come to the podium or click the raise hand button on Zoom. Do we have any raised hands on Zoom?
And for those on Zoom, please use the raise hand feature at the bottom of the Zoom screen if you'd like to make a comment. We don't have any raised hands at this time.
Okay, thank you. We will now move on to item number 1 is the Employee Service Pin Awards for April 2022. Human Resources Director Earl will present this item.
Good morning, Mayor and members of City Council. For the month of April, we had 3 employees being recognized for city service. They were not able to be in attendance at the meeting this morning, so we'll make sure that we get them their service pins. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we will move on to agenda item number 2 is the fiscal year 2022-2023 proposed budget workshop 3. City Administrator Fandino and Finance Director Williams will present this item.
So good morning, Honorable Mayor and council members. Looks like we're back to where we were back in 2019 with staff back at the table. But we're going to be presenting to you the budget. And so with that, again, if you have any questions, we're here to answer all your questions, and I'll turn it over to Scott.
Yes, good morning, Honorable Mayor, honorable members of the City Council. Thank you for this opportunity.
Microphone.
Get a little closer. Yes, good morning, Honorable Mayor, honorable members of the City Council. Thank you for the opportunity to present this, our third and final installment of the budget workshop. This morning, what we have is a high-level summary and some final budget highlights, as well as highlighting some final changes. Since our last discussion, every department head has been directed to take one last look, and all of our staff, each of our department staff have done that. There should be an updated summary sheet. Was this distributed to the council, the updated summary? Okay, let me point out, it was a typo. It is, the table numbers are correct. There was a percentage number. We'll distribute to the council after. Again, the numbers aren't changed. It's the percentage change. It's literally a typo. So that will be updated. It doesn't change anything. Next slide, please. So in terms of our highlights, we want to emphasize that the budget is a structurally balanced budget. And again, that is the basis for putting this together way back when we begin in January. And what that means is ongoing and continuous expenditures. In other words, what it takes to run the city, to run the utility, for each department to continue to function. Ongoing and continuous expenditures are met by ongoing and continuous revenues. Otherwise, that would be a point that needs to be highlighted to the council, and what the plan is in the short to midterm. So we are presenting a structurally balanced budget, and the use of reserves is limited to capital expenditures and one-time costs. As mentioned last time and the time before, we are continuing to monitor very carefully and closely economic trends, as well as just the overall cost escalations that every business owner out there, every household is feeling, and particularly as these impact the energy sector and our utility. We want to emphasize that the capital expenditures that are being recommended, these infrastructure improvements in both the general government as well as our utility, this is the purpose of these is to continue to deliver the level of service to our business community as well as its residents. And finally, as presented last time, there's the recommendation of special purpose reserves, and topping that list is economic uncertainty. So all of those were presented to the council and are part of the staff report. Our summary. So this is in terms of the totals. These are unchanged from last time. On the left-hand side of each, both the utility as well as general government, we have our current year budget, the proposed budget for 2022 and 23, and the change. And again, as emphasized last time, the biggest change is actually in capital expenditures, and on the utility side, the cost of energy, and we discussed that. Now, there are just two changes that relate to one another that that are being highlighted. And what you have here is actually a relieving of expenditure on the general fund side. And this is a transfer from reserves in the gas fund, and this relates to our cap and trade program. So this is a compliance matter, and there are limitations as related to carbon dioxide and greenhouse gas emissions, and these credits are what fund this position, and of course that's going to enable the activity related to that position. But the takeaway in terms of budget is that the general fund is being relieved by these funds. If there are any questions on cap and trade, we have utility stuff available. Okay. And finally, if approved, our timeline is to bring this back the first meeting of June for adoption by the council. This will include a public hearing, and again, if appropriated and approved, the effective date will be July 1, 2022 for our next fiscal year.
So I'd like to add a couple of things. So if we can, if General Manager Abraham Alamu can come up to the podium. What I'd like to make sure that council understands is what's going on in the forward markets right now with gas. I'll let Abraham talk about what he's seen in the markets and how that's going to impact us over the next couple of months. But again, the price of natural gas has escalated, and it's one of our biggest adders in this year's budget. So can you tell us what you're seeing right now in the markets?
Yeah, unfortunately, since the Russia-Ukraine war, the cost of gas I can say at least, increased by 50%. That's after we started, putting the budget together. So what we're trying to do is basically trying to manage, the usage. At the power plant, we are operating the power plant at a reduced capacity, so we can use less gas. For customers, we're advising them on a monthly basis, conservation is key here. Cost increases are here, they're not, going away anytime soon. We're also trying to procure just, a portion of the requirement piece by piece when we see favorable market conditions. Otherwise, price, just to give you numerically, to show you the impact, when we're putting together the budget, gas prices were in the range of $6 per MMBtu per unit. Now they are approaching $9. That's 50% increase right there since we started putting the budget together. We see the trend going up, but we'll be on top of it, trying to manage whatever we can. But that's going to require cooperation with our customers. On the power plant side, we'll do our best to minimize usage at the power plant. And instead of generating at the power plant, we'll buy from the market when it's favorable to do so.
Thank you. So obviously the cost, that's a commodity that we need to purchase on a day-to-day basis that fluctuates. But Abraham has a team in place that is looking at the forward markets. He's trying to hedge our position as much as possible. And we're confident that these prices will go down at some point. We don't see them continue to escalate, but it is a major portion of this budget. So I just wanted City Council to understand that.
Yeah, if I may add, coming up is, the summertime, normally, prices will go up. Not necessarily the gas, but power prices in general go up because of deficiency, shortage in the, power area, in the power sector. So our prices, what we see today are, compared to what we're gonna see, let's say, in December or November, they're gonna be relatively higher than what we expect. So our plan is, as the prices slide down, hedge a portion of it, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. We'll have weekly meetings, to look at, these prices, and our purchasers and our employees are looking at it on a daily basis, actually 2-3 times, talking to outside vendors. If there's a movement in the market, we put a threshold, a price threshold, tell them, okay, prices get to this point, call me. So we are on that day-to-day management style.
Other than that, we're presenting to you a balanced budget, and we welcome any questions to City Council if you have any at this point, or if there's anything you'd like to see coming back.
Have any questions? No questions.
Okay, thank you.
So now we'll go on to the consent calendar. All matters listed on the consent calendar may be approved with one motion. Items may be removed from the consent calendar by any member of the council. Those items removed will be considered immediately after the consent calendar. Does council wish to pull any items from the consent calendar?
No.
Yeah. I would like to pull item number 13 for the next council meeting to allow for Councilmember Merlot to be present. May I have a motion for item numbers 3 through 13? I'm sorry, 3 through 12, and then 13 and 14 and 15, I'm sorry. So 3 to 12, and then 14 and 15.
I'll move.
Second.
Motion by Mayor Pro Tem Lario, seconded by Councilmember Davis to approve the consent calendar, moving item number 13 to the next meeting. Mayor Lopez,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Larios,
Yes.
Councilmember Davis, Councilmember Ibarra.
Yes.
Motion carries.
We will now go on to new business. Agenda item number 16 is city council appointments to outside agencies. City Clerk Pope will present the item.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, council members. The item before you is to affirm or modify appointments to the outside agencies. With the recent election in April and the reorganization, we have the opportunity to review and make changes to our outside agency appointments. There are several boards and committees that the council sits on that represent the area, and we will go through each one if you'd like to make any changes. So the first is California Contract Cities. Councilmember Ibarra has indicated an interest in serving as the delegate and Mayor Lopez as the alternate. I'll go through, and if there's any changes, just let me know.
Okay.
Central Basin Water Association, Councilmember Merlot and Councilmember Davis would like to remain as delegate and alternate. City Selection Committee is automatically the mayor and the council serves as alternates, so that one doesn't change. County Sanitation District 1 is the mayor is the delegate, and Councilmember Davis would like to continue to serve as alternate. County Sanitation District 2, the mayor is automatically the delegate, and Councilmember Davis would like to remain as alternate. County Sanitation District 23, the entire council serves on that board. Gateway Cities Council of Governments, Councilmember Ibarra has indicated an interest in serving as the delegate and Mayor Lopez as the alternate. Greater Los Angeles County Vector Control District, Mayor Lopez will continue to serve through January 5th. So we will bring this appointment back at the end of the year to see how we'd like to handle that one. Independent Cities Association. Councilmember Davis is currently the delegate, but would like to serve as the alternate. And Councilmember Larios indicated she would like to continue to serve as the alternate. So we do need a delegate, and we do need to decide who will be the alternate.
Are you okay with being the delegate?
Me? I can't take on
No.
the delegate.
Oh,
position.
she can't? Oh, okay. Melissa?
Wait, I gotta look at the days again. It's a
Independent
second
Cities
Thursday.
Association.
I know, but does it interfere with anything else?
It's the second Thursday monthly.
As long as it doesn't interfere with anything else, I can do that.
I think the only thing it interferes with is vector control, and that's Mayor Lopez.
I could do it. This is for ICA?
Yes, for independent cities, we'll have Councilmember Ibarra as the delegate, and then the council will need to decide between Larios and Davis as the alternate. Currently, it's Larios. Davis was the delegate.
I don't know.
You'll keep it? So she'll keep it.
Consensus to keep Larios as the alternate. Independent Cities Finance Authority. Mayor Lopez and Councilmember Merlot would like to remain as delegate and alternate. For Southern California Association of Governments, the appointment should be made by of those attending the conference, which is in April or May of each year. So we'll bring this back for that conference. Southeast Community Development Corporation is not a city appointment. Councilmember Ibarra has been appointed by the corporation and will continue in that position. Southeast Water Coalition, Councilmember Ibarra and Mayor Lopez would like to remain as delegate and alternate. And the Vernon Solid Waste Hearing Panel, Councilmember Ibarra, Mayor Lopez, and Councilmember Merlot would like to remain as those to continue to serve. So if that's good with everybody, a motion to approve the appointments as discussed would be appropriate.
I'll move. I'll second.
Motion by Mayor Pro Tem Larios, seconded by Councilmember Ibarra to approve, ratify the appointments to the outside agencies. Mayor Lopez.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Larios.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Councilmember Ibarra.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Now we'll go on to agenda item number 17 is the declaration of surplus land. Finance Director Williams will present this item.
Mayor, we tabled this item
Oh, I'm
upon
sorry.
approval of the agenda.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Item number 18. is professional services agreement with Bell Burnett and Associates for specialized advisory services. Public Utilities Assistant General Manager Dusenberry will present the item.
Good morning, Honorable Mayor and members of City Council. Today, we are presenting on the professional services agreement with Bell Burnett and Associates, BBA, for specialized advisory services. BPU requires specialized advisory services that will provide strategic advice and assistance in negotiating, structuring, and executing a potential development agreement specifically customized for a data center. These services are necessary to establish an economic development program for future data center projects as the city is motivated to grow this customer base. BB&A is a management and strategic consulting firm serving the utility industry that offers independent development, assessment, and execution of strategic plans and initiatives in the public and private sectors. BB&A's principals, Mike Bell and Alex Burnett, who are in attendance today online, have a great deal of experience in development and delivery of large-scale, complex capital projects utilizing a variety of financial strategies. These include cash flow modeling and management, contract and document negotiation, project financing, and delivery. The city recently leveraged the services of BB&A to assist with the successful repurchase of the Malberg Generating Station. Under this agreement, BB&A would support the city in developing and executing an implementation plan for the data center project at hand, including the identification of meaningful considerations and risks. Under the agreement, BB&A will provide services in three principal areas. BBA will review and negotiate the associated development agreements for the project, including development of a substation agreement. Evaluate and develop strategies for the utility in meeting the current and future needs of data center projects. And last, develop and implement any financing associated with the delivery of the data center project. The term of the services agreement will be for a period of 9 months, and any extension or amendment of the agreement will be subject to written amendment and additional required city approvals. This concludes our presentation, and we are available to field any questions you may have.
Does the council have any questions on item number 18? Are there any public comments for item number 18?
Please use the raise hand feature on Zoom if you'd like to make a comment. There are no raised hands.
May I have a motion for item number 18?
I'll move Ibarra.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Ibarra, seconded by Councilmember Davis to find the action exempt under, to find the agreement exempt from the competitive selection process pursuant to the municipal code and approve and authorize the city administrator to execute a professional services agreement with BB&A to provide specialized advisory services in connection with the development and implementation of the first modernized data center located in the city for amount not to exceed $315,000 for a term of 9 months. Mayor Lopez,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Larios,
Yes.
Councilmember Davis,
Yes.
Councilmember Ibarra.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Now we will go on to oral reports. City Administrator Fandino, do you have a report?
Yes, I do. Honorable Mayor, City Council members, as many of you are aware, the South Coast Air Quality Management District, the regulatory agency responsible for monitoring and improving air quality in the region, more commonly referred to as SCAQMD, recently reported in the news and social media that the agency's recent monitoring of Sterigenics facility in Vernon indicated that a chemical called ethylene oxide, or known as ETO, was present in samples collected at or near these facilities. I do want to say that we do have one facility in Vernon, but there are other locations throughout the state and the United States that they're also monitoring as well, and they did do the same collection. As stated in AQMD's press release issued on May 6th, the current data shows that the ETO levels in the community are below health risk levels established by the California Office Environmental Health Hazard Assessment, but AQMD air sampling remains continuous. As monitoring continues, city staff remain engaged with AQMD and other necessary regulatory agencies to ensure that the safety and the welfare of workers in the facilities and the general public are protected. While at this point, AQMD has not stated there is a need to take further action against Sterigenics, the city has poised to respond to any orders from AQMD that may result from new findings as they continue to monitor the air quality. I will keep city council updated of any new findings of elevated levels that may require action. And I'd also like to take a couple of seconds to allow Freddie to address this, and you can ask any questions from the health department as well. So I'll turn it over to Freddie.
Good morning, Honorable Mayor and council members. Yes, as city administrator just noted, AQMD was working with the US EPA about businesses that have ethylene oxide. So just as a background, this facility uses ethylene oxide to sterilize hospital medical equipment. So part of the process when they done the sterilization process is when they open the chambers, you get air that comes out, which is part of it has ethylene oxide in it. So when AQMD went out to take a look, I think they got a higher reading around the building. However, when they did sampling upwind in the city and then downwind, the numbers were within what they see in downtown Los Angeles. So the concern now is to figure out what is coming up from the building itself and how far is it going. So currently they are monitoring 24 hours. They started, I think, a week or so ago, doing a 24-hour monitoring in the community and also at the site of the business. And based on the results, then we'll see what action that needs to be taken. But they currently working with them. So once we get more information, we'll make sure that we'll bring it to you. So I will stop if you have any questions.
Any questions?
Okay, we'll move on to Contract Cities Association and Annual Seminar. Over the weekend, my deputy and I attended the California Contract Cities Association Annual Municipal Seminar. The conference was offered great information and opportunities to network with fellow city managers and city officials. And some of your colleagues, which I won't go into detail, all said hi and wished you well. Reminder, West Side Specific Plan EIR comment period ends on May 20th. On April 20th, the city issued a notice of preparation draft environmental impact report EIR for its West Side Specific Plan and hosted 2 public scoping meetings to seek input from public and identify issues and information that should be considered in the EIR. The last day to submit written comments is Friday, May 20th, 2022. Details are available on the city's website, cityofvernon.org, under news, or on the Reimagine Vernon website. Upcoming events, our meetings, we have the Vernon Community Grant Committee, which will be May 18th, 10 a.m. via Zoom. The Vernon 2022 graduation and summer kickoff, which is June 9th. Please save the date. We'll get more information to the city council shortly on that June 9th for the graduation. The Vernon Job Fair is also on June 23rd, and flyers and banners will come out soon for that. Myself, Assistant General Manager Todd Dusenberry, and Margie Otto, and I believe Alex from BBA will be going to Santa Clara this Thursday to visit a couple of data centers up north, and I'll report back to City Council on what we got. And then next week, myself and the deputy are going to go to the ISCS, Innovating Commerce and Serving Communities, to see if we can attract additional retail for the city. And we'll report back on that as well. And that's all I have.
Are there any reports from council?
If I could just make one reminder, the commission and committee applications are due this Thursday. We are still looking for applicants to fill the employee labor representative seat on the Business and Industry Commission, area representative on the Community Fund Grant Committee, and one environmental representative for the Green Vernon Commission. So if you could encourage your friends and neighbors to apply, that would be great. Thank you.
Are there any reports from council? No. Okay, we will now go on to closed session for agenda items number 19 and 20. We are back from closed session at 10:33.
Going to do the report out from. closed
Okay, if you can report out.
Council met in closed session on items 19 and 20, and no reportable action was taken.
We're gonna go back to item number 13 on the consent
Yes, I
calendar.
believe that the mayor wanted to reconsider consent calendar item number 13 that she asked to be tabled.
Tabled.
So if you have no issues, a motion would be in order to approve item number 13.
Is there a motion to approve item number 13?
I'll move.
Motion by Councilmember Ibarra, seconded by Councilmember Davis to approve and authorize city administrator to execute an attorney services agreement with Stradling, Yaka, Carlson, and Roth. I'll call the roll. Mayor Lopez.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Davis.
Yes.
Councilmember Ibarra.
Yes.
Motion carries. It should be noted that Councilmember Larios left just before we were coming back from closed session. So the motion carries 3-0.
Okay. I will now adjourn this meeting at 10:34.
Thank you.